The following program may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 14 and may contain mature themes and adult subject matter. Parental discretion is advised. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of What We Play here on Whiteman TV. As always, I am your host, Adam Olivero, and happy to join you. In the last episode, we wrapped up Carl. I know I was at like 99%, but you pretty much saw the entire game. I think I'm missing some upgrades somewhere. I'm sure I'll find it at some point, but I don't want to spend a whole show just plowing around looking for it with you. We got some other games to get to, of course. We are going to play a game called Little Orpheus, and as always, you can always contact me at community@whiteman.ca. So without further ado, let's try this game out. Okay, here we are. I bought this a little while ago. I have not had a chance to play it. You're kind of seeing it at the same exact time as me. I'm going to turn subtitles on though. Is there a higher than high? Ultra. All right. This is another platformer game. We're going to give it a try and see what it's like. It's supposed to be based in like a Soviet era thing, so maybe I'll let you start here and you can see the story.
Our comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov. In 1961, you were selected for the Shukovgrad Interonaut Exploration Programma SSSR. Despite failing your basic physical and being caught cheating on your entrance exams, on the morning of the 12th of April 1962, you boarded a rocket drill containing the experimental device Little Orpheus with the purpose of descending through the Earth's crust to discover the relative hollowness of the interior and its suitability for colonization.
No, you've lost me, General. Did I do what?
You and Little Orpheus were dropped into an extinct volcano to drill to the center of the Earth and find out if we could establish a city there. Note, if you will, that this date is over 3 years ago.
That was kind of cool. Oh, the drill is obviously broken.
Ivan Ivanovich, can you describe Little Orpheus to me?
Of course. It was large and round and had something of a disagreeable smell.
I was referring to its technical specification.
Well, General, I am no man of science, but it had this radio thing that I was supposed to use to let the surface know I had arrived, and some sort of battery wrapped in this lead box. But I was told to not touch anything under any circumstances, and I did notice the engineers who worked on it were quite a shifty bunch.
That's kind of cool. I like the way they're telling the story like that. And if you haven't figured it out already, this is a side-scrolling platformer style game.
The Little Orpheus device contained a radio transmitter capable of sending a signal through miles of solid rock. In order to boost this, a powerful energy source was required. An atomic bomb Comrade Prevalov. An atomic bomb that you have lost. Somewhere below the Earth's crust.
Ah, yes, that bomb. Of course, General. I can explain everything. But it is a long and somewhat complicated story. And let me assure you, this is not a case of milking chickens. But you won't understand where your bomb and little Orpheus has ended up unless I start at the very beginning and you let me tell you where I've been for the last 3 years.
Oh, saving the game there.
From the beginning, then. But this had better be good.
Good, General. It's more than good. It's extraordinary. And it began like this.
Now we're seeing the actual intro. Cool.
An extraordinary sight. I realized this must be the fabled land of Plutonia, as documented by the brilliant scholar Obruchev. A trail of destruction carved by the rocket drill led down into the wild and mysterious jungle. The rocket drill itself must have snapped in half somewhere below Kamchatka, and little Orpheus bounced out and became lost in that prehistoric forest. If I was ever to get home, my mission was clear: to find little Orpheus.
Okay. Well, so far so good. Pretty straightforward, but kind of cool. Cool thought and storyline so far.
I steeled myself and plunged deeper into that prehistoric jungle where insects the size of dogs buzzed around.
Dogs. What sort of dogs?
I beg your pardon, General?
Large dogs or small dogs? Big like an ovcharka or small like a barlonka?
Does it really matter?
Of course. Detail is all important.
Ovcharka then, General. The size of an ovcharka.
I find that very hard to believe.
Would you find it easier if they were the size of a balanka?
No. But I am enjoying your attempts to persuade me.
Oh, oops. Thought I could jump that way. I was like, oh, looks like there might be a secret over there. But I guess not.
Another part of the rocket drill. But still no sign of little Orpheus.
Better get a move on. Oh, that was close.
Between the trees, I could see huge beasts, larger and more ancient than any known to our modern times. Could it be that Obrachev was right? And deep below the Earth's surface, prehistoric monsters still roam freely.
Yes, but little Orpheus.
Interesting. Well, if I waited there, that they may reach out to me, but nope. They're certainly watching me. Uh-oh. That's not good.
The terrible lizard intent on making a snack of me was none other than the most awful of the monsters, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, now you are an expert on dinosaurs.
Hardly an expert, General. Just educated by the best schools in the world, like all good socialists. And I remembered one crucial thing.
I'm listening.
Well, its greed is without bottom, its hunger is ferocious, but its brain is absolutely tiny. So, it can roar and roar as much as it likes, but it will never be a match for the sharpened mind of the good Soviet worker. All I needed was a plan to outwit the monster. Imagine my shock and surprise to find in that clearing the last part of the rocket drill. More shocking was the fact it had been ransacked. Someone had made off with the tools, the weapons, the rations, and the spare parts for the Pragviev. I began to suspect foul play. Perhaps little Orpheus was not lost at all, but stolen. All I could do was follow the trail further into Plutonia.
This game kind of reminds me a lot of, oh my god. I'm trying to think of the other, I can't, oh, okay, we got bigger problems than me trying to think of a game. Abe's Odyssey, that's what it reminds me of, sort of, or Another World.
So we all agree this was the fabled land of Plutonia, do we? I don't remember accepting that.
I will admit it might not have been Plutonia if you are prepared to accept the dinosaur.
This isn't a negotiation, Ivan Ivanovich.
General, you can disagree all you like, but there's very little you can do to persuade me it wasn't a dinosaur.
I might not be able to persuade you, but I can always have you show.
Go, go, go. Well, he's not looking. Oh, that was close. I mean, that part was pretty simple. Oof, I jumped without realizing that the vine was quite there yet. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. I'm walking with an egg on my head. Made it. Well, that was funny.
You hid in an egg.
Yes, General. I hid in an egg.
I am glad to hear your military training was not wasted. If only I had a single legion of men as brave and ingenious as you, with only 100 men equipped with eggs to hide in, we could roll across Europe in a day.
General, are you mocking me?
You are as sharp as you are brave, Tavarish.
I kind of like those interspersed story moments. They're neat. I will say one thing. The controls are good, but they feel It's like just the tiniest bit mushy to me. Like he's not running as fast as I would I would want him to run. Not knocking on the Chinese room at all. So far this is a really cool game. Gotta go under. Oh, whoops. I should have been higher on that. This definitely looks man-made and not prehistoric-ish. Well, I wonder if we move it all the way over here. Well, there's no way I can... No, I can't jump across that. So yeah, it's definitely forcing me to go the other way. Excellent use of depth of field camera and such in this game so far. It looks really cool. Well, that works. Can I... back up this way and...
I couldn't believe it. I still struggle to believe it. A whole lost city, buried in that jungle deep below the crust of the earth. Who would have thought it was possible?
Who indeed? It is, of course, a shame you didn't think to record the moment for posterity and help us all to get over our disbelief.
But I did, General, I did. My training was excellent, and I immediately took out my komsomolets and began to document all I could.
I don't think we're gonna... You can't make that jump. Yeah, so we want to pull this over. Whoops. So... just slightly lost here now. Okay. Because it doesn't appear that you can make that jump off this platform. Oh my gosh. Excuse me while I completely ignore the vine that the game's trying to get me to go towards.
So, where is this camera now then?
Ah, General, yes. What of course I meant to say was my training was excellent, and I immediately reached for my camera, only to realize it must have been torn from my utility belt in the crash and lost forever in that forgotten jungle.
Convenient. Whoa. There we go.
A horrendous beast had returned and was hungrier than ever.
Perhaps it was angry it had been fooled by an egg-wearing idiot.
That is unkind, General. It may have been small of brain, but it was grand of stature.
Whereas you, Ivan Ivanovich, are lacking in both departments. Presuming there were no more eggs to hide in, did you have a new plan?
I did, General.
Please, do tell me, what was this brilliant plan?
I ran like hell, General.
I was gonna say, is the plan to run? Where are all these vines connected to?
Will our intrepid yet doomed hero survive the jaws of the ferocious dinosaur? Will he meet his end miles underground as an aperitif for a ravenous raptor? What dark secrets could be buried in the lost city of Agatha? Will the general ever discover the location of his lost bomb? All of these questions and more will be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
There were orbs. There were special things. There was 9 of them there, apparently. Okay, there's quite a few episodes. I liked the intro to the game. That's cool. Let's go to episode 2.
What luck! What a miracle! One moment I was rushing into the fetid tonsils of that horrible monster. The next, I was plummeting downwards to the jungle floor beyond its reach. I prayed I would land on something soft.
Perhaps your head.
But nothing could have prepared me for what was about to unfold. An epic saga of pride, power, and revolution. A struggle for freedom the likes of which our world has never seen. And it happened like this.
I appreciate the 70s styling, 60s styling of the opening of an episode. It reminds me a lot of the Tales episodes, games from Traveler's Tales. All right. We'll see if we can get through episode 2 here while we're on this episode of What We Play, the 30th episode of our season for 2023. Again, I hope you're all having a great summer out there. Ooh, what was that in the corner? And back there now. And up there. And over there. There are creatures here in this lost city.
Who were those strange, gentle monsters who towered above me? I could only guess they were the lost tribe of the Menf, an earlier race of people. But why were they so fearful of those ancient gates that lay just beyond their village? And why did they seem to recognize me? Why?
Yes, I'm also wondering why.
No, a как же, General? Who was I to question such things? Trapped as I was deep underground. I was more curious, I must admit, about the location of little Orpheus.
You talk of a great city, a mighty power. Yet your nymph squatted like savages in huts at its boundary.
They did. And the answer to that mystery lay beyond my grasp at that point. Because it was a wonder, it truly was.
The lost city of Agartha. I hope I may one day see it myself.
Oh, General, if only you could. Unfortunately, as I shall explain, should you seek Agartha now, you wouldn't find it. It has been utterly destroyed.
Utterly destroyed?
Utterly, General, a tragic loss.
A convenient loss.
I imagine archaeologists weeping as I tell you. But most importantly, before we continue, you must understand one crucial fact about its destruction.
Which is?
It wasn't my fault.
Nice. Why are those people in cages? Interesting.
Those poor, unfortunate Mink, trapped and kidnapped and dragged away, only to return as vicious foot soldiers to some unknown tyrant. And yet, there was something familiar about the Shtukovna they were forced to wear on their heads, which I was sure were being used to control and enslave them.
And what was that?
General, it curiously resembled the radio sets I used to tinker with as a child.
Radio sets.
It was very curious.
It was very curious.
It was extremely curious.
I think I should go back and press the switch up here. Can I press the switch? That's kind of cool. Like the use of their 3D engine here to make it look like it's coming from behind. So far, so good with these puzzles.
An ancient technological metropolis, powered by a glowing resin, carved from the very earth?
A glowing resin carved from the very earth. Do you see, General?
I fear you are about to enlighten me.
Little Orpheus must have been drained by the impact, but whoever had stolen it and brought it here was no doubt planning to use the Agarthan resin to charge up the atomic bomb, restoring the device to its full potential. What sort of man would come up with such a monstrously reckless scheme?
Perhaps the type of man who has such limited understanding of atomic energy that he thinks an ancient metropolis can be powered by shiny marbles.
Don't know if I want to go there yet. We, looks like there was a puzzle back here we didn't do. Oh, now I have to go back into the switch again? Let's check out this puzzle first. Whoops. Oh, it doesn't look like we could go that far. Anyways, there we go. He's coming over here. Whoops, okay. I'm appreciating the quick time puzzles and storyline so far. I like it. Okay, whoa. There we go. We had to wait until they kind of came a little closer together. Nope, definitely going down on the chain. Oh, that's just to go past him? That must be little Orpheus. Didn't quite make that jump. Whoa, where did I go there?
I am curious, Ivan Ivanovich. You talk and talk about this great subterranean city. Yet what you describe sounds strangely familiar. It does in some way bear an uncanny resemblance to the glorious architecture of Comrade Alexei Dushkin. Wouldn't you agree?
Нет, General. I have never heard of this great Tavarish Dushkin or his works.
Interesting. Because you were photographed on the steps of his marvelous Vysotka na Krasnich Varotach, shaking hands with the Glavny constructor.
That was the chief designer? The sweaty little fat man with the bad hearing?
Mind your mouth, Ivan Ivanovich. I don't think you can distract me by slandering one of the great visionaries of our time. Without him, neither of us would be sitting here now.
Must remember to thank him for that, General.
those are timed switches. Oh, there goes the bridge. I was like, how come it didn't go across? Come on, come on. Made it just. Whoops. A little hard to get used to the action of this game after playing Carl for so long. It was such a fast-paced, quick-moving game.
Those enslaved mink were trying to stop me. I was sure of that now.
I find myself sympathizing with them, I must admit.
No, General,
that
but I have
switch
failed
do?
to win you over.
Uh-huh. A point of agreement at last.
Oh wow, that just it freezes you in place and loads your last
Those
save.
enslaved mink were trying to stop me. I was sure of that now.
I find myself sympathizing with them, I must admit.
No, General, then I have failed to win you over.
Uh-huh. A point of agreement at last.
Yeah, I must turn on this. Come on, we gotta follow that. It's gonna block their light. Oh, jeez. Go, 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 go. I'm already running behind.
I must ask again, General. Are you mocking me?
That would be unprofessional, comrade.
I will try harder to convince you then. It is, after all, a cautionary tale of unleashed tyranny.
It is a cautionary tale of unleashed idiocy. But please, do continue.
Interesting. All those got activated as we walked by. Sorry, I'm trying to time myself out all the jumping events here.
I stepped from the cable car onto a plateau at the center of the city, where a palace, a vast acropolis, stood. I was reminded of Chelyabinsk Sorok.
May I ask how you know of Chelyabinsk Sorik?
My Aunt Masha was a traveling tinker who married a beef investigator from Zlatoust. She told me of a secret but wonderful city in the west. An edifice of sheer power, humbly serving the will and needs of the people.
Yes, unfortunately, that story didn't end so well.
No. That's what Auntie Marcia told me. And perhaps that is why I was also reminded of it. Because the moment I touched the floor in that place, I could tell something was very, very wrong.
Whoops.
My Aunt Masha was a traveling tinker who married a beef investigator from Zlatoust. She told me of a secret but wonderful city in the west. An edifice of sheer power, humbly serving the will and needs of the people.
Yes, unfortunately, that story didn't end so well.
No. That's what Auntie Marcia told me.
It's even funnier the second time.
Perhaps that is why I was also reminded of it. Because the moment I touched the floor in that place, I could tell something was very, very wrong.
So are we just at a standstill here? Oh, okay, there he goes. You're like, what do I do? What if I want to go this way? Oh, clever.
The ground had begun to shake, alarmingly, and the whole city felt as if it was shuddering. I could only imagine what I would find in the heart of the vast temple.
If it isn't a giant glowing marble, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Guess we're gonna find out. We have a few minutes left on this episode of What We Play, and then we'll see if we can find out what the mystery is
A
here in Little
huge
Orpheus of this
resin
episode.
sphere that overshadowed all of the others. I caught glimpses through the twisted architecture. And it was then I saw him.
Him?
The thief, the enslaver, the tyrant, sucking the power from this wondrous city as he drained the very lifeblood of the ancient civilization and drew it into the atomic embrace of little Orpheus. With a song in my heart, I raced onwards to stop him.
Ooh, this could be our first boss battle. Or not. Okay, we need an orb. So we have to get an orb, then bring it all the way back through there. I see the switch is up there. You might be able to roll right in front of them with the orb there, but I'm not about to try it. Oh, I see. There's a bridge over here, so we gotta get to that. That bringing us right back up to the chamber.
Power. The magical heart of the city cracked, and it sent shockwaves through the world around me. A true monster, General, willing to bring down the mountain itself upon Agatha and bury it forever in his ruthless scheme. I could not save that wondrous place, General, to my shame and regret. But I resolved myself to avenge the nymph, to recapture little Orpheus, and to bring that tyrant to justice.
Oh boy. Anybody else getting some Indiana Jones vibes?
Will our plucky yet careless hero fall forever through those unknown skies? Will he discover the identity of the brutal thief commanding the army of the Menk? What chance does he have of ever returning to his beloved homeland? How long can the general's patience last? All of these questions and more will definitely be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
Well, that was a pretty cool game, Little Orpheus. I appreciated the art styling of it. That was neat. I think it's an interesting game to keep playing. We've played through 2 episodes, and it looks like there's maybe 8, so that could take us only a few shows to play through. Of course, there are some collectibles, but we'll see. As always, I'm your host, Adam Olivero, and you could always email me at community@whiteman.ca. Thank you so much for watching this episode of What We Play. Take care.